In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to set up Para in Notion. Open Notion and go to your main dashboard. We're going to build this from scratch so it's clean, simple, and easy to maintain. Head to the left sidebar, find the plus icon, and click it to create a new page. At the top, where the page title appears, type My Second Brain. Give that a second so the title is clearly in place, because this page is going to become your central hub for the Para system. Now click into the body of the page. Type /table. As the menu appears, choose Table View, then select New Database. This gives you a full database inside the page, which is exactly what we need because Para works best when everything is sortable, filterable, and easy to move around. You'll now see a basic table with a title column and a few default properties. We're going to customize those. First, add a property for your Para categories. In the top row of the database, click the plus button to add a new property. For the property type, choose Select. Then name this property Category. Once that's created, click into the options for category and start adding your 4 Para buckets one at a time. Type Projects and set its color to blue. Then add Areas and make that green. Next, type Resources and choose purple. Finally, add Archives and set that to gray. At this point, your database now understands the 4 major categories you'll use to organize your second brain. Next, add another property. Click the plus button again. This time choose Status as the property type and name it Status. You can leave the default status groups as they are. That gives you a built-in way to track whether something is not started, in progress, or complete, depending on how your workspace is configured. Now we'll add 2 more helpful properties. Click the plus button again, choose Select, and name this one Priority. After that, add the options one by one. Type High, then save it. Add Medium next. Then add Low. This gives you a quick way to see what deserves attention first. Add one more property by clicking the plus button again. Choose Date, and name it Due Date. This will be useful for anything in your project's category that has a deadline, and it can also help with recurring responsibilities in areas if you decide to use it that way. Take a look across your table for any default property called Tags. If you see it, click the Tags header, open its menu, and choose Delete Property. Confirm the deletion if Notion asks. We're removing it so the system stays focused and uncluttered. The goal here is not to collect random metadata. It's to make the structure obvious. Now let's add a couple of sample entries so the system starts to feel real. In the first empty row under the main name column, type Redesign Portfolio. Website. Then in the category column for that row, choose Projects. If you want, you can also set a status and priority here, but the important part is assigning the category. In the next row, type Health and Fitness. Then go to the category column for that entry and set it to Areas. This is a good example of an ongoing responsibility rather than a one-time project. You can already see how Para separates things by type instead of mixing everything together. Once the table has a few entries, create filtered views so each category gets its own tab. At the top of the database, find the tab that says Table View. Right next to it, click the plus tab to create a new view. Name this view Projects. After the view opens, set up a filter. Choose Category, then Projects. Now this tab will only show entries that belong to projects. Create the next view the same way. Click the plus tab again and name it Areas. After that, add a filter where category is Areas. This gives you a dedicated space for ongoing parts of your life or work. Now add another view. Name this one Resources. Once it opens, create the filter so category is Resources. This is where you can keep useful reference material, ideas, notes, and anything worth saving for later. Create one final filtered view. Name it Archives. Then apply the filter where category is Archives. This view becomes your storage area for things you're no longer actively using but don't want to delete. At this point, your Para setup is fully working. To archive anything later, you do not need to move it manually to another database. Just open the item and change its category from Projects, Areas, or Resources to Archives. The moment you do that, it will disappear from the active filtered views and show up in the Archives view automatically. That is one of the biggest advantages of building Para in a single database. If this helped, hit like and subscribe for more quick tutorials. From here, you can customize the system as much as you want. You can rename the main page, reorder the properties, change the colors, or add more sample entries for your own workflow. You might create project items for client work, content plans, or home tasks. In areas, you might track health, finances, career, or relationships. In resources, you could save reading lists, templates, research topics, or reference notes. The structure stays the same even as the content changes. When you're done, this page will sit inside your Notion workspace under your account, ready to use anytime. And that's really it. You now have a claim Paris system in Notion that's easy to maintain, easy to expand, and simple to archive without losing anything important. Go ahead and try adding a few real entries now so the system starts working for your actual life and